Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to September. September is one of those months, it's similar to April. It is chock packed full of observances and energy. So today, I am here to talk about this beautiful Virgo new harvest moon. New harvest moon. What can I say about Virgo other than just thinking about earth? I don't know if you feel this grounded energy that came through the minute we hit Virgo season. So every zodiac sign gets its new moon every time they're on deck during their season. And this is one of the most interesting and I can't say it enough, grounding ones. There's a push-pull to get things organized and together. So I titled this Sacred Geometry with Earth Energy because we've got a lot of Earth energy that's coming on. So September is jam-packed with amazing holidays and energies. So let's unpack this. One of the things that came across my mind is I hope that I've inspired you to look into observing the moon. If you start with the moon, the new moon. Hi, welcome. Hi, Linda. Welcome, welcome. If you start with just following the new moon, I can't say enough because when we do a affirmation or intention or resolution at the beginning of the year, we're not stuck. Every single month, the universe has our back and allows us to reset, reaffirm, re-intend, or wipe the slate clean because we get a new moon every month. So it's a national holiday to me and my fellow moon lovers and spiritualists because it is so impactful. The moon's energy is so impactful. So even if you don't follow astrology very closely, if you start by following the new moon and the full moon, I'm telling you, life will get magical. A new moon represents the opportunity for us to reset. Think of it like a rebirth, like scratch, because we're never stuck. Some of the work that I follow is the work of Eckhart Tolle, being in the present moment. And one of the things he says is when you're in the present moment, you're always refreshing because each moment is new because it's never been there before. You can think of this as a monthly reverse. The caveat is that sometimes just because we make a new moon intention and we want something to come through that we've wished or desired for on a particular new moon, it may not happen right away. You may need multiple new moons in order for it to manifest. The other thing is, just like partnership, teamwork, the moon works like a team. So it is vital, if you can, to follow the new moon and the full moon. So if you're Virgo, say this is your new moon. In 6 months, you will have a full moon. The two come together to create the whole. So if you miss anything else, please tune in when it is the Virgo full moon so you can get the complete picture. What does the new moon hold for you? Well, you can go to my podcast, Astridologie, Astridlogie. Astridologie is where it's a solo cast right now, but where I talk about all the spiritual things, all the messages, all the lessons of living a spiritual life and being what I call myself a spiritual maven. So I go into detail about how this lunation is going to affect you individually, your individual zodiac sign. The great thing this month is I have 2 sources. I can't remember or create all of this stuff. I love studying, learning. So these 2 sources, Conscious Evolution and Vogue of all places, gave such a great synopsis. So if you're Virgo, this is for you. This one's for you, Virgo. We're going to start with how this lunation affects Virgo. Hey, Trey, how are you? Oh my God, all the way from the Gold Coast of Australia. I have a photo to send you. It is me, you, and another young lady, gosh, from over 10 years ago. I'm so proud. Trey is an amazing breathwork teacher, leader, instructor. We met when he was here in America. And please check out Trey Williams, an amazing soul. I was watching your Calm kit. He has a free Calm kit because breath work is important to me. Trey, I learned so much. I'm learning so much from you. So thank you so much. Virgo, this lunation is a super transformative one for you, Virgo, especially since you spent the last season in your head. So classic, Virgo. Now you're putting all the revelations, feelings, and hopes into action. That does not come at the expense of noticing some habits that may be also holding you back. You know, Virgo can sometimes get in their own way. Pay attention to what you're obsessing over, Virgo, and what you're overthinking. And instead, remember to keep things simple, says Whaley. Your biggest commitment must always be to yourself, Virgo. New moon influence. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and start all over again. This month's new moon is your own sign, so a makeover of the way you look, act, feel gets an added push from the cosmos now. It'll be like putting yourself under a magnifying glass, amplifying any perceived flaws so you don't judge yourself harshly or take yourself too seriously, Virgo. But do take the next 6 months to work on being realistically a better version of who you already are. You know, Virgos are already amazing souls. It's hard to even imagine them being even better, but I think the critical side of Virgo, just even for themselves, Virgos are actually very fair with their criticism. They start with themselves and then they radiate it out. Try learning something new too, Virgo. You're a great multitasker already, but this lunar energy will encourage you to add another talent or experience to your skill set. So this new moon, it's a harvest moon. Harvest, think about harvest. It's time to eat some fruit. All of the seed planting should have been done by now, and now it's literally time to pick the fruit. So this is the harvest coming in on 9/14, 9:40 p.m. Eastern time, 6:40 Pacific time. If you're in another country, universal time, it will actually come in on 9:15. 21 degrees of Virgo. The first thing I think about for the number 21, 21 reduces to the number 3. 3 is the number of creation. Virgos are famous for creating and designing. They design a life. They design a life. Hi, welcome, Conscious Real Estate. How are you? Good to see you. 21 is a century number. It's the number that the truth shall set you free. And Virgo is always on the quest to get to the bottom of things and find the truth about themselves and others, because their ruling planet Mercury is data-driven, logic, informative. So they want to get down to the brass tacks of things. Virgos love accomplishing, building things, perfecting things. So the idea is during this new moon, before we put things out into the world, we need to just smooth out some kinks. It's been a kinky, kind of interesting year, 2023. You know, one of my favorite athletes is Steph Curry. One of his famous taglines is enjoy the journey. Sometimes we freak out along the journey, forgetting like along the path that was the thingy. Opposite Neptune. So Neptune is coming and creating some tension. It may create some confusion or lack of clarity. But what we are starting, we may feel a little bit wobbly about, a little bit certain, because the year has been slow. This 2023 has pushed us into being more spiritual and more still than we've ever wanted to be. But Neptune brings genius quality during this energy of this new moon. It helps us think of novice ways to get started on something. The only possible obstacles and delays around this new moon are due to an opposition coming from Saturn. You know, Saturn is the taskmaster. Saturn, the planet Saturn, we love and we need Saturn, but it's like a school teacher, that tough school teacher that was hard on you for your own good, but didn't make it any easier. This makes us want to try and find a win amidst the obstacle courses we are navigating. Life is always this way. Sometimes we have a navigation, it's smooth and easy, but we all know that the more difficult times is the times we grow the most. So it may be frustrating that we might have to go back and redo things. Again, and this analytical energy of Virgo will make us scrutinize and get granular with things we have been doing to this point, because we're getting ready to move into the fall harvest. So you want to be ready for this season of change. We may have to go fix something and just readjust our plans along the path. But there is a light at the end of this tunnel, and it's not a train. There is a square between Jupiter and Venus. What is a square? A square typically can bring tension. So most squares between planets bring tension or conflict. And the planets, when there's a square, it means they're in the same mode. So it's 2 earth signs, 2 water signs, 2 air signs, and they're 90 degrees apart. However, squares between Venus and Jupiter are actually positive, which is not the case with other planets. So this square will bring awareness, new desires for growth, opportunities, and expansion, which will most likely be focused around relationships. When you think of relationships, not just think about your partner, your husband, your wife. Think about your business associates, your collaborations with the friends, your colleagues. Think of all your relationships. This square brings a dynamic way of seeing things from a brighter side and seeing, their collaborations and people I've been wanting to work with that I finally am going to link up with. So imagine all of your relationships working out very well. Get grounded in this Virgo energy to support that. You should feel, during Virgo season, you should automatically feel supported in your relationships anyway. Last week, it was just kind of an interesting week. And 2 members of my tribe, I have a sacred circle of people that are so dear to me. Last week, I saw one in person. My beautiful friend Katya came and visited. But I got a text from my buddy Euron in Minnesota, who just said, "You've been heavy on my mind today. Are you okay? How are you doing?" And my buddy Lisa had called the day before saying, "We need to talk today. The universe told me to tell you everything's going to work out." When you have a tribe like that, so do that for others. Connect with people. When someone pops into your head, what I've been getting better at is actually reaching out. When someone's swirling in your energy, in your heart, your mind, just take one quick second and reach out. So this earth energy, I called it sacred geometric earth energy because Uranus is in Taurus, Jupiter is in Taurus, the sun and the moon are in Virgo. So we have this trine, this quadruple trine of energy, and then Pluto just retrograded back to Capricorn. So that's 1, 2, 3, the strong earth signs all at play during this new moon. Nadia, my beautiful flower apothecarist. Nadia, guys, if you haven't checked out the flower apothecary, please. Her infusions are unbelievable. They truly helped during my getting me back, I should say, on my healing journey. I joined her beta class about flower apothecary. Unbelievable. And she's also joined us at the immersion. Love, love, love her. Check out the flower apothecary. She's amazing. My niece Lauren, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Talking about this new moon in Virgo. Fortunate outcomes. That's part of the energy of this auspicious square between Venus and Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of abundance. When you think about abundance, think about money, health, love, opportunities, connections, faith, strength, hope, all of those things. Neptune is in its own sign in Pisces right now, so we're able to transmute this Virgo energy that this Pisces will bring us. So Pisces is going to give us that emotional quality that sometimes Virgo can lack, being so focused and so stern. So the bounty of the earth, think of the bounty of the earth. Discover the gifts of the earth during this time. Essential oils, crystals, herbs, acupuncture. Acupressure like me. Like I've returned to my acupressure work, and it's been beautiful. In acupressure, known as Jin Shin Jitsu, when I give a treatment, I receive a treatment. So if I'm glowing tonight, oh my God, I've had some amazing sessions. So think of anything, all of these blessings that come from the earth. Virgo is about mastering self-growth, self-discovery. This new moon is about connecting to something in your life that you have already put energy into and have worked on. You've worked on it from your heart, your soul, your blood. So now it just needs your compassion, your gentleness, And like I said earlier, maybe even redoing. Redoing, restarts aren't always a bad thing. Again, we can only be in this moment. So in that moment when you created the thingy, you didn't have the clarity or the eyes that you have today. This lunation also, Virgo governs health and the physical body. So that's what I'm talking about this a lot. It's a time to revamp your physical and spiritual rituals and focus on wellness. New moons are all about resetting and reflecting. And given this grounded earth energy, there will be extra emphasis on recharging your batteries so that you can move forward as your best self in this fall season, this season of change. Again, time to eat some fruit, okay? This is a chance to evaluate what's been working and what hasn't so you can build a future with these new upgrades in mind. Virgos, I love me some Virgos. They run efficiently and smoothly to bring order out of chaos. And when you have order in your life, order naturally brings in healing. The Virgo new moon calls us to find common ground in situations with others. These can be tense situations that are unfolding where we need to work together towards a common good, a mutually agreed upon goal. It can even be frustrating times as others may not get or want to play by the rules or our rules. You know, Virgos are they're the wordsmiths and very literal. So if you say something to a Virgo, they're going to say, you set the rule up, so you better follow it. So Virgo's a sign that play by the rules, especially if you create it and they agree to follow. Or a balanced approach. Think of balance always to try to create harmony and a win for both parties. Work on the details to get things done so you don't have to play into the drama. We're emotional beings. The moon, astrology, God emoted us. Otherwise we'd just be a mammal or a fish or something, but we've been gifted the ability to be emotion. So I say this, that we're supposed to have emotions. Our emotions are like the stock market. They go up and down, and any given day they can fluctuate. So be kind to yourself. Virgo, think moral integrity, doing the right thing, being in touch with our consciousness, purposeful living. Thoughts create. Virgos, again, are major manifestors. Hey, Cynthia. Hello, my Seattle goddess. Thoughts create things. Virgos, more than anyone, are very aware of this. So they're very mindful of what they speak, what they think, and what they say. You won't catch a Virgo writing anything down or responding to an email before they've had a thorough time to really write it out. Because remember, these days, especially with technology, what you put in print lives on forever. One of the things, the caveats that we need to watch out for during this Virgo energy is be careful of worry versus concern. Worry creates a tornado. It creates a vacuum, and you can get sucked in. It's okay to be concerned. Concern, to me, falls under the category of being aware, of being conscious. So we just passed through Mercury retrograde, and that seemed to go by fast. I think because I was so caught up doing so many things, it seemed to go by fast. But it's okay to be concerned, but when you start creating tornadoes and losing sleep and finding yourself incessantly thinking about something and talking about it, you've got to pull back and try to find the balance. And the way to that is the present moment. Like in this moment, we're just hanging out. I'm so grateful for all of you that have joined. So great to know that we are connecting with each other here. And that's all that's happening right now. We're just hanging out. Yes, we have babies like my niece to take care of, or children to take care of. Tomorrow's Monday. We've got a new work week to start. But in this present moment, it's just peace right here. We're just talking. So what to do during this new harvest moon in Virgo? Virgo governs the physical body, like I said, including your home, your office, your vehicle, your kitchen, your closets. Bring order to your life. Pick one of these categories. Virgo doesn't like to multitask a lot. but they are the master multitaskers. But maybe you pick one area. Is it your office, your car, your kitchen, your closets that you need to bring order into? So since Virgo is about physical health, precision, think about things that you craft by hand. The Virgo new moon will turn out for the best if you can focus on this theme. If you can, so each new moon has its own energy to focus on. So the focus is physical health, bringing order, and reimagining. These would be the key themes. So as you think about what you want to desire or manifest or intend during this energy, think of these areas. Think of physical, think of precision, think of crafting, think of alignment in all areas of your life. Start working on getting things lined up. Virgo new moon prioritizes care by tending to the details. So organize your bookshelf, deep clean your home, polish your candlesticks. Not because you should, because you deserve a pristine temple or sanctuary, says Chani Nichols. She's one of the great astrologers. Get organized. This one's a lot that people, feng shui your home. I believe in feng shui. Now, for those of you that have been listening to me for the last few years, my garage has been my nemesis. It has been unbelievably overblown. So a month ago, I started succinctly with the help of my partner, Ed. Oh my God, he is a saint. And I could just feel the energy. Like today was a big day. My son Austin, my Virgo, was home and we did the darn thing this weekend and it feels so good. Your garage is actually part of your home. So if you have a garage and it's cray and it's stacked up, that chi is connected to your physical body. It's connected to your mental health. So imagine me, for 6 years, I've had this invisible mental weight on my head because my garage has been weighing on my soul. I know I've needed to do it. I've done it. So here I am. It's done. So I encourage you, those overwhelming projects, just get started. I have a couple more weeks to go, every weekend, a few more weekends to bring that complete order. But I am going to eat some fruit in October and I'm going to be able to celebrate the holidays, okay? Sleep more, watch for perfectionism, be helpful, be kind, be available. One of the things I was, as I was doing it, this is not to give myself an attaboy, but you always have to look at what you have accomplished before you start beating yourself about all the things that you haven't done or taken care of. So someone yesterday bought a rolling unit. They couldn't fit it in their SUV. They couldn't fit it in their car. They laid the seats down. It wouldn't fit. But I have a Honda Pilot. I have an older one and it's that thing's like a truck. And they lived not far up the street. I said, hey, let's put it in my car. Let's take it up to your home. And they were blown away at my kindness. And, as I was returning home, I was like, this is the gift that God has given me. I love helping people. So be kind, be available to your friends. Like I said, my friends have been so available to me during this time. During this time, think of what thoughts you should give precedence to. We're going to think. The idea is in life, we're supposed to think, but we're supposed to consciously think. What words do you choose to use? I'm reducing cursing. That's one of the things that I'm trying to be mindful on. Dropping the F-bomb. I just got a little out of control a few months ago, so that's what I'm doing. How can you get outside of your normal routine or create or jazz up or, polish up your daily routine? How can you budget and plan and expect the unexpected? Energy update again. We have a powerful month. Retrogrades right now that are still going on. Pluto is in Aquarius. Saturn is retrograde in Pisces. Neptune is retrograde in Pisces. Uranus is retrograde in Taurus. And Jupiter is retrograde in Taurus. Again, that Jupiterian energy coming from Taurus. Taurus is the money sign. This is time to hedge your bets, review your investments, and play the stock market. The great news is Mercury went direct. Mercury turned and went direct. So we are going to have Mercury direct on the 15th. Hasn't quite happened yet, but it's on the horizon. But Venus went direct on September 3rd. So remember my friend Lisa, she's a professional master esthetician. So now you can go back and get your Botox, get your fillers, get some eye surgery, whatever you want to do to your body physically. Venus has gone direct. Venus is about health, beauty. So you can go back to your beauty program safely and succinctly and get ready for this new season. So Venus went direct on 9/3. On 9/14, we're having the new moon in Virgo, again coming in at 6:40 p.m. Pacific, 9:40 Eastern Standard Time. 9:14, Jupiter retrograde shifts to Taurus. Jupiter retrograde shifts to Taurus on the 14th. On the 15th, Mercury goes direct. Also on the 15th is Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah starts at sunset on the 15th. On the 22nd, we move into the fall equinox. 9/23, our beautiful Libra season comes in and starts. 9/24, Yom Kippur comes in at sunset. And then I found this ritual, which I love rituals. I love traditions and rituals from other cultures. We live in such a beautiful planet, and each culture brings their distinction and their rituals and their traditions, and I just love them all. 9/29, Mid-Autumn Festival. China, Taiwan, Korea, Japan, Singapore, Vietnam, Cambodia, Malaysia, Indonesia, for 3 days celebrate this Mid-Autumn Festival. This is a national holiday in Asia. And in most of the countries, workers get the day off to start to celebrate this Mid-Autumn Festival. It's a time that they take this sacred time to gather with their friends and their families. Talk about being in the present moment. I love that companies give them time off because this is harvest time. They give gratitude for the bounty and for everything that they have. So it's a way to be gracious and grateful, but spending time with those that you love, their family, it's like reunion time. So moon cakes, there's that word moon. So they eat moon cakes, and moon cakes symbolize a family reunion. So they eat these moon cakes. As I started this talk about the moon energy, just even if you could just follow the new moon. So they eat these moon cakes while gazing at the moon because they revere the moon is so sacred and the energy of that. So again, time to change, shift, transform, and reform. Creativity and imagination need to have a bigger place in your life. In closing, this thought comes from Forever Conscious. And before I close, stay tuned for news on my new yoga classes, meditation classes, and join me here. This is a little snippet. One day I'll take you through a tour of my space. I have a beautiful healing space. I have a few spaces open where I'm offering a complimentary acupressure session. I can show you better than I can tell you. Please, it's complimentary. There's no strings, there's no bells, there's no whistles. As I said earlier, I luck out because every time I give a treatment, I get a treatment back. Acupressure deals with the 27 main meridians in your body. So the idea is if you have pain anywhere in your body, it is a sign that there is a blockage in the flow of energy. See, the body only knows health. If you are unwell, unhealthy, fatigued, that means that a channel in your body has been blocked. So my work, I use my fingers, so instead of needles, acupressure uses the fingers. So there's patterns, there's even recipes for acupressure that I use in order to get your body back to homeostasis. Homeostasis allows your body to do the damn thing, to get back on track. Talk about resetting. So please DM me, reach out. Let's get you on my calendar, okay? Hi, fragrance friends. Thanks so much for joining. Thank you so much. So in closing, again, if you want to know how this new moon in Virgo, this harvest moon, affects your astrological signs, I have 2 downloads that are just delicious together. One from Forever Conscious and one from Vogue, of all places. But Vogue does this great moon influence that they did this. I was surprised when I was doing my research. So go to Astridologie. I'm on Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to podcasts. Right now it's a solo cast. It's all of the things I love. That's why I call it Astridologie. All these ologies that I just love learning and knowing about. Okay, Forever Conscious. The Virgo new moon is the last before the equinox and before the eclipse season begins, which means it sets the foundation for the changes that are desired to come. While we still very much feel the stagnancy from all the retrograde activity, this new moon acts as a turning point, lighting a path to help release us from the old. I hope you have a great lunation with this new moon in Virgo. Again, when a new moon comes in, we have 3 days to capitalize on the maximum amount of energy. So that's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But then we have 2 weeks to live out, to play out that energy for 2 weeks until we get to the next full moon. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me. I thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest tonight. Happy Sunday. Happy new week, new moon week ahead. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Cynthia. Namaste. Namaste, everybody.